Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Welcome to episode 39 of the Wilderness Podcast, the show for casuals. That has a nice ring to it. I kind of like that.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm your host, Dilz. Across the internet here, we got Deagin.
Hey, how's it going?
What you been up to this week?
Non-RS related? Here, wait. Let me go RS related first, because then it kind of explains
hell yeah.
the other. So, something's been going on with my internet. Like, one, it's been cutting out randomly. Hasn't done it, like, last night and today it's been fine, but over the past, like, it happened last week too. I didn't want to, like, complain about it on the podcast, because, like, it just happened, like, a couple times, like, over the course of days, but this week's been really bad, where, for some reason, I can't connect to RS. Like, not just old school, like, I even tried RS3, so that's when you know, like, I'm desperate to find out what's going on. I've downloaded like Conduit and like all the other and Rune Loader and stuff trying to get connected to RS, and like my connection just times out and I can't world hop. So sometimes I'll be able to get on, but like I'll go to world hop and the list just never loads. So
Is this only a RuneScape issue, or
this is only a Rune, like I've been playing games, been on Discord, like doing what I normally do with no issues. And there's times where I'm like watching YouTube videos and like playing another game and I go to load up RS and I just can't connect to it. Or if I can connect to it and I need to world hop, I have to like message one of my friends to change worlds to let me hop to them. It's super weird and it's shitty because I got a cave kraken boss and that's taking me so long to do because I'll log on or if I can get on, I have to hope to God that like, 329 or 330 depending on what client I'm using is open. What I can do is like go to the client, change the default world, and then reload the client, and then that's like I was trying to do that to world hop for a bit, but it's such a bitch. And then I'll randomly disconnect. Like one of my last cave kraken kills I killed the cave kraken, looted the shit, and then I disconnected right afterwards. And I was like, oh thank God. So it sucks. I haven't been able to play that much. And, so that kind of led me to start just playing games. Like I started playing WoW again and. I'm just playing it casually though. That's it. I'm not like, I'm not trying to grind like 2K plus rated in arenas or something or mythic raids.
Honestly, there are times where, cause like I also played WoW quite a bit back in the day as well. It was kind of like, there's a bunch of times where all my friends were playing World of Warcraft and I'm the only one playing RuneScape and they're just like, dude, come on, you gotta hop on. And I'd play like World of Warcraft on the side. But
yeah.
Eventually it pulled me in, but I just wanted to say real quickly, I sometimes get that itch, like even kind of recently, because like RuneScape is a great MMO, but it just misses things that WoW could give that RuneScape can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one thing I really miss is the fucking arenas.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm huge on arenas. Like I'm playing Discipline Priest, and they changed that class a lot since I last played it. And you're like a DPS healer, so it's super strong in arenas. Like I was hard carrying some of my guild mates and shit. Like it's so cool. Good. It's a lot of fun and like, yeah. I mean, I went PKing a bit on my account, like, and a bit on your pure. I don't know if I talked about that last week, but I've done like a little bit of PKing and, I don't know. I need to get my account better. I think I need to, I don't know, practice PKing more. The amount of times I got rushed, I'm level 121. I got rushed by a dude in full Bando, Serp Helm, and Dragon Claws. And the dude fucking rushed me like 8 times to the point where like I'm waiting for a target and I'm just sitting there protecting melee, waiting for the guy to just run up and spec me. And he would like spec me when I'm protecting melee. Like he was ragging me for zero reason. And it was like, fuck, man. I just want to get some intense PvP action.
People don't like you in the wilderness, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't even have a tentacle whip. I bring a D-Sim because I'm stingy. Like, I can't be fucking bothered to buy another whip and then get a Kraken tentacle and shit with it. Like,
that's the problem. Everyone looks at you and like, I don't want to fight him. What, I'll get 100k? The only people who are willing to fight you are the people rushing you.
Nah, I mean, I got some fights with dudes with tentacles and shit, and I mean, like, they have a huge advantage on me. Like, I'm pretty much free loot.
Mm-hmm.
Bring a DDS to spec. Like, you know, I'm not even busting out like an AGS or anything like these guys. I don't know. Can't really be bothered to like bring out, you know, 25 mil and then, because like I'm just getting fucking declaw rushed over and over again and like, it's kind of annoying. But like, I get it. It's Edgeville. If I want like actual PKing, you want to go deep wildy. Like, Edgeville's kind of a joke.
I was in Edgeville earlier this week as well, doing that a bunch, and
yeah,
I don't think I got rushed at all, actually. Then again, I'm at a kind of a lower bracket, but
if anything, you would have got void rushed like a month or two ago before they got nerfed.
Like, I've been rushed a few times in the past, 3 times.
Didn't you die like last week or something to being rushed?
Yeah. See, that's the problem. I don't get rushed often, but when I do, I'll probably die and lose my tentacle whip, or die and lose the kill that I just looted, because that happened before too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't say it happens often, but boy, when they do, they're memorable, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I sent you a Snapchat, but I'm going back to, when you said that, like, all your friends are playing WoW, and they're like, oh, come play.
Mm-hmm.
It's been, like, the exact, I don't know if you got the Snapchat or if you looked at it yet.
I don't go on Snapchat too often.
No, true.
It fucking just drains bandwidth.
Yeah, next time you go on it, you'll probably have, like, 50 for me, just random ass shit. Just, like, send you random shit. But, last night, I, like, look at Discord, and because I was on WoW and I couldn't get on RS, and I was like, yo, anybody want to do arenas? Like, in Discord? And like, no, I'm playing RuneScape. And I looked, and all the people that, like, I played WoW with and shit, and just, like, buddies I've been gaming with for, like, a long-ass time, they're all playing RS now because of me and my one friend.
That's hilarious.
We've, like, slowly infected them one by one.
You've ruined them. Great. There goes all their hopes and dreams.
Yeah, like, it started with that one guy that I was playing with in free-to-play, and he quit for a while for school, and then he came back, and he's been, like, doing some respectable grinds for someone, like, he's never played RS before, you know? Like, he's only played old school. And, so, like, obviously the grind is kind of brutal for him, because he's just started, but, like, he grinded out, like, his mining requirement, like, 70, in, like, you know, non-stop, and he got full graceful in one sit-in, essentially. Like, he just sat down, would be grinding graceful day after day.
Yeah, that's right, we talked about it last time, I think. Yeah. That's nonsense, man. Why would you make him do that?
Oh, I didn't make him do that. He's just like, okay, what should I do? And I'm like, well, you should get your stats to do raids. I don't give it. You can be level 50, dude. I just want you to like, I want you to just have
He gets off Tutorial Island and he's like, so what's the point of this game? All right, so you want to grind your attack to 90 raid away just so you're raid ready as soon as possible?
Dude, I was like, honestly, dude, what kind of list, like, how do you want me to set you up? Cause like, he couldn't find goals, right? He was struggling after we played free to play and shit, and he quit for a bit for school. He was like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, all right, dude, do you want a big list of quests or you want a big list of stats? And he's like, give them both to me. So I gave him like a fucking massive list of quests to do in what order, and then a massive list of, skills to do. And then I like, okay, mining and agility and thieving are probably the worst ones. They're like the most click intensive out of all these. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna do those first. And you're like, oh, okay, dude, you sure you want to do that? Like, you might fucking hate this game but like, he's going strong. And my other buddy's going for like, cause he's like kind of he's rallying other people to play. And so like, my one buddy's now going for a quest cape, and he like just came back to RS after like, you know, playing it a little bit. And then like my other friend just randomly saw us all on, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna jump back on this. He was like level like 15, you know, he never really played before. He played a little bit and quit. And I don't know, I saw him orb walking some chickens in Falador a long time ago.
Oh shit.
Like attacking them and
orb
running away and shit. I was really funny. But like he's like being really, really interested in PKing. So I gave him like the info to one of my peers and was like, all right, dude, don't level attack, don't level strength, but also don't feel bad if you do by accident, because I don't play this account
You should
anymore.
tell them. You should be like, listen, there's this awesome podcast I listen to. Solid advice. It has the best advice you could have for RuneScape. They'll start listening and just be like, wait, what the fuck?
I'm just gonna get a message being like, dude, so glorias are overpowered. You can't get teleblocked, and you can.
And then 2 weeks later, dude, I fucking lost so much items because apparently that's not true. that podcast is shit.
But dude, it's really, really weird seeing like the contrast of like all the players, like the three buddies that have like really started getting back into the game.
Yeah.
They're all like, they all have completely different goals, and like, I mean, I'm not surprised. I know them pretty well. I kind of knew one of them would like PKing more. One of them would want to just grind a quest cape out, and like, and then the other one is like, all right, I'm just gonna do stupid grinds. You know, stupid for someone who just started playing, right? Like you sit down, you grind it all free to play quests, and you're like, now I'm a member. I'm gonna get 70 mining. I got 10 mining right now. I'm gonna get 70. Fuck it. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But and it's really weird how they all go about it. One of my friends kind of like asks me for money. He's like trying to get me to buy him 70 prayer. And I'm like, no. And
one guy's begging. One guy's trying to scam. One guy's trying to lure. One guy's staking.
It's weird how they all like treat the game. Like one of them literally fished until they had enough money to buy 43 prayer. And he like just wants to PK, but you know, he can't really because he's got 40 defense and no quests done. And he's going to get killed by pures at his level.
That's what I love about RuneScape. You know what I mean? Like, we were just talking about World of Warcraft, and like, this might be ignorant, but even when I played it, it seemed like it always boiled down to PvPers, arenas, battlegrounds, and then raiders, guys who did PvM.
Yep.
Or PvE. But with RuneScape, it's like, multiply that by what? You know what I mean? Because you got people who PvP, people who PvM, people who just like are big into questing, people who are just skillers, like level 3 skillers. You have those just running around. You have so many niche accounts, and that's why you have all these small communities that, like, you know, it's like every week we talk about some, you know, it's I don't know how to say it, but like it's either super positive or super negative, right? Because someone's being vocal this week. And it just shows you how many different people and like all the different play styles and stuff, right? You got people who want to be as efficient as possible. Then you got people who want to be able to AFK as possible, make experience and money as easily as possible, but with less effort.
But yeah, I don't know. That's about it for me. Well, what about what did you do this weekend?
Sounds like a great time, but yeah, before we get into Ramblecast, because I can already feel it coming. So yeah, anyways, we're talking about World of Warcraft. Well, I brought up World of Warcraft and like how I get this itch, and one thing that I think I miss a lot is the PvP, is the arenas, because like the raiding and stuff like that, it's all you can basically do things that are close enough on RuneScape. You know what I mean? Yep. Basically the same, but the PvP is just going to be different in both games. Just because the way it works, it's going to be a lot smoother in World of Warcraft because it's not based on like the tick mechanic, right? Yep. So, and if for those of you who don't play World of Warcraft and you're just like annoyed because everyone assumes everyone to know who it is, what game that is. Fuck me, I'm getting tongue tied a bit. But anyways, for the arena size, I think the lowest is 2v2, right? Yep. 2v2, 3v3, 5v5. So yeah, you could.
There's no more 5v5s, but there was at one point.
Okay, so there was 5v5s taken out. That's weird, but
honestly, if you've ever done 5s, you'd know why they took it out. It's a fucking fiesta.
Yeah, it is pretty clusterfuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, you step into an arena. It's exactly how it sounds, and you're a team of 2 versus another team of 2, or a team of 3, and so on. And it was like the arena was like a ranked ladder and stuff like that. But it made it really fun because normally you're playing the same arenas, you're on the same team with someone, especially when you're doing good. You know, you get to know them, you become friends, right? I would love for something like that in RuneScape. I think it could work.
How?
It'd be similar to like the duel arena. Instead of a 1v1, it'd be like a 3v3.
And have max stats though?
I'm sorry?
You're gonna go in and just have max stats or something? And are you going to be?
I don't know. I'm sure there's
supplies?
tons of ways you could do it. I'm sure there could be like ladders, like kind of like pest control, where you're broken up into tiers of, your combat level of your team can only be within this, and then you guys can fight in that, and you can have...
Yeah, but if you look at brackets like 70 to 90 especially, 70 and 90, it's like you could be a max pure versus a max Zerker. And if you're...
Oh, yeah.
And you're gonna just lose if you're a max pure against a max... Unless the person's really bad or something. Like,
well, that's the thing. Like, let's use the 3v3 example. I feel like with... You could have like a large variety of things to work with, combat styles, magic spells, you know what I mean? And like prayer, maybe like different potions and foods, just things you could work with between the three of you. And you guys could all, using teamwork, could really, you know what I mean? Like think of some real unique things.
Well, I mean, it would just turn into like max level tri-bridders bringing max tri-brid gear. The thing is, but like it works with WoW because WoW, you have one stat to grind, and that's your level, and you can do that so quick. You can literally buy level 100 for $60, and then you spend like less than 10 hours, and you're max level. And like nowadays in WoW, everyone gets streamlined to like the same item level. So like there's going to be a base. Let's say the base is like, 800 or 850 or 900, whatever the base item level is. So everyone has the same stats. And if you have better gear, you get like a really small percentage boost. But like all in all, you're generally on like the same. Yeah, you like they pretty much make it so you have the same gear and you're the same level.
I mean, like the gear's a huge factor. That's what it comes down to in arenas is who has the better gear.
They changed that. They changed that a while ago where everyone gets streamlined to the same item level. So let's say like you're at 800 and I'm at 850. I'll have 5% boost to my stats and that's it. You know what I mean? Like I have like the slightest edge where, I mean, I'm using like, if someone plays WoW, like they know that those numbers aren't really what you're going to be thrown into in PvP, but like that. But the thing with RuneScape though, it's like there's so many combat stats and then the gear alone, you know what I mean? Like if someone has an Ellie and like Kodai and, AGS and all that crazy gear, like you're done for. How are you going to beat that? You're in full rune.
It's the same thing like in the wilderness. Like, you know what I mean? You have your D-Skimmy, some guy with a tentacle whip. You're at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, but I walked in knowing, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? But
and it's also, I don't want to risk this, and this guy doesn't mind risking that, and all this jazz. I don't know, like maybe if it was like the tournament worlds where you'd have the same level, everyone would be maxed, or you could...
I just... See, this is where I disagree. Because, like, I feel like having your own account, it adds a huge uniqueness. You know what I mean? Like, you could have... Sure, you could have, like, Zerkers and stuff facing off, like, Pures and... You know what I mean? But you don't have to do that. You could figure out a system where, like, you had, like, an average combat level for your 3v3 team. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And you could figure out ways where, like, oh, we want to balance it out by having a lower level because... You know what I mean? This way we can actually... I don't know. You see what I see? Like it gives you a lot of strategy to work with. I don't see an issue with just not bringing it in because, like, the duel arena is basically the same thing, just a 1v1.
Well, it's there to make money, right? People wouldn't do the duel arena if you didn't have the chance to make bank.
Yeah, you can have like, I don't know, have a system with a tournament with a reward at the end. Like a giant jackpot, maybe. Because they used to have dual tournaments before.
Yeah, but I mean, like, imagine this, like, 2v2, 3v3, and then it's like, I'm against you or something at some point, and it's like, you know what, you PK more than me, but I also have, like, higher... I mean, you have Vengeance, I don't. That'd be a big difference, but, like, I also have, like, a lot of levels on you, and that would just... You know what I mean? Like, it's just unfair. And people complain when things are unfair. I mean, I guess if they sat down and, like, really worked out a method where people weren't getting fucked over because, they didn't have 2 bill to spend on this.
I think you're overestimating the amount of people that have, like, Kodai items and, like, have twisted bows.
Well, those are the people that'd be winning. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, I don't see too much of that in the wilderness. Not a lot of people are bringing that shit out there.
Because you don't want to lose it. Who brings
it's different. Yeah, I get that. But the same, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty confident if there was, like, a tournament mode that I could fare against somebody. You know what I mean? I might, sure, if they have the best... If they have the best items in the game, sure, it's going to be harder. But, like, that's the thing about RuneScape. I feel like it's not going to be, like, a huge then you know what I mean? Like, you still have the chance to win.
But if you're against a max level, are you confident that you could beat them if you had the same gear?
If it was a 3v3?
Doesn't matter.
I feel like but I'm just saying, you obviously in like a 1v1, yeah, I'm at a disadvantage, but yeah, I could win. I have 98 strength. I could KO them.
Yeah, but defense,
you know what I mean? It's not out of the realm of possibility.
Factor.
I'm at a disadvantage. That's what I'm saying. But with a 3v3, you'd have other people to account for that. You know what I mean?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt if they added it, but
I would love if they added arenas. And I'm surprised you're saying this because you love arena. I'm pretty sure you love arenas from World of Warcraft too.
Yeah, like honestly though, I just don't see it being like that popular. Because imagine having to find people that are your level, then finding another team that's your level.
Like Last Man Standing. I like Last Man Standing as a minigame, but the problem is every time you go there, there's not enough people doing it for it to, you gotta wait like 20 minutes to jump into the next game.
Yeah. You gotta kind of wait till a streamer's streaming it.
Obviously, that would be a problem if that happened with arenas, but I'm just saying, like, as a game mode itself, I'm picturing just playing in the arenas with, like, two other friends, me, you, as somebody else, let's say, and we're against another team with whatever bracket we're in. Sure, we might be at a disadvantage, but there's going to be other people there who aren't geared out because they just want to play in PvP.
Yeah. Well, like, would you have to bring your own runes and shit? That's all the stuff that you'd have to ask. Like, what am I haven't sat down and figured this out. And what would I have to sink in?
It's just something I think about that I just would love to have, like, an arena fight. Like, sure, you could say, just go deep wildy PKing with a group, but then, like, I don't know. Or, you could host your own thing at Clan Wars, sure, but it's...
Like, the main reasons why I'd be for it is because I already have all these stats up and stuff, right? Like, I'm decently close to, like, 99 defense, right? And 99 range and shit. But, like, yeah. It would be cool if it was like, hey, it's Friday, it's, this is the type of arena, everyone gets this set of gear, these sets, or you can choose, right? Melee, range, or major set. You know what I mean? So you don't have to bring your own gear and like, oh shit, I only have full rune, I'm a noob, I don't want to do this. Like, it would be cool if it was like, they had set themes of like, types of gear, or like tiers of gear, right? You'd be given this type of gear when you go in on these days in these combat brackets.
Maybe.
I think that stuff would be pretty neat, but I could see like a lot of issues with it. But I mean, it wouldn't hurt for them to think about it. I mean, it never hurts, right?
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like I'm saying, why not? And then as you're saying, like, okay, these are all the issues. Then it's just like, it would be cool. Then I don't know. Maybe it'd be awesome to have like a third party organization have their own little 3v3 arenas or something then within Clan Wars or some shit. Have some website you could sign up on. They have that with Call of Duty and stuff like that. If Jagex
was like, fuck, we don't know what to add to the game, I'd be like, yeah, but there's way more things that they should think about and work on before. Because the team's really small, right? Like, the team needs like...
Yeah, fair enough.
As of right now, the team is too small, and I think they have so much on their plate, and like, they don't want to be that company they don't want to repeat Last Man Standing. You know what I mean? If they were to do...
Yeah.
I would rather them say, hey, in 2 years we're adding this arena concept, and you're like, oh fuck, that's so far away. That's
that's the problem. Like, I guess as we're talking, I guess that's where it falls apart, is like, having to stand in an area and be queued up becomes kind of the problem, because that Last Man Standing, like I said, every time I've wanted to play it, I go there and then it's just like, oh, the group's already playing, or oh, you missed the wave of people going in, you get the next queue.
Yep.
I'm just like, fuck it, I don't really want to go. I kind of want to jump right into it, like, instantly. I don't want to have to fucking wait 10 minutes to play it.
Yeah. I was gonna say this a bit ago, but did you hear, like, I saw this on Reddit, I would have never thought this was a thing, but they have bots that, like, scan characters or people in the wilderness, and they'll message clan chats saying, there's this person here at the wilderness with this much gear on them. Have you heard about that?
No, but
there was a picture submitted to the subreddit, and people were like, what the fuck? How is this a thing?
I remember one time especially, I was doing a clue scroll, and I was in I'm pretty sure it was a Master Clue scroll, and I'm pretty sure I talked about it when it happened, but I went to the Lava Dragons, just walked in, and I saw, it was like a bald account attacking the dragons, and I was like, okay, it's just a low level, maybe they're grinding and shit, and like, honestly, within the 5 seconds, like 5 people logged in, and then like 5 more logged in, and I'm just like, and I thought it was a scout maybe, but what you're saying sounds a lot more plausible.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's kind of neat that someone could make that, but it's also kind of fucked. It really makes me question times I've been killed deep wildy PKing where I just bump into a team where it's like, why the fuck is there a team here? Yeah. I mean, maybe the scout actually has to see you and I just didn't notice, but like, most times I get killed cause like if I'm like doing like PVM or something in the wilderness, I always take routes that I'd go, alright, no one would ever go here. And then I almost always bump into someone, which turns into like me fighting them off or me like escaping, or I die the odd time, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's making me think back because there are times you teleport to the demonic runes, which is 46 wilderness, and then you'll see you might see someone there, and then instantly these guys will log in, and then they'll be boom, they're right on top of you, and you're dead. Yeah, and you're just like, those motherfuckers had like a cloak of invisibility. What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the big thing, I was like thinking about it, it's kind of off topic, but I have 85 magic, and like I've been training magic just through alching for a while.
Oh, man, that's so 2007.
Well, just from while I'm doing Slayer and shit, right? Like I can't be bothered to go Ice Burst for a couple days. I mean, once I'm done with my Slayer grind and shit, like once I get 99 defense and range. And I don't plan on getting 99 Slayer because that takes way too long, but then I'll probably go get 94 Mage just because I need Vengeance, but I don't know, it's weird, like everyone I PK and fight against, they all have Vengeance and I don't. I have Teleblock. It's really sad. I don't know, it's just kind of like a random thing to like.
No, Vengeance is a huge one. I remember I went PKing, I had probably like 95 strength or something, and then I was facing Vengeance a lot, and I was like, fuck, that's huge. Like, I'm at a huge disadvantage because I'm probably using a DDS and a D-Skim as well. So I'm like, I don't have an AGS. I don't have Vengeance. I'm using a D-Scimitar. Like, I'm not going to get a kill. And if I get a kill, it's fucking a fluke.
Yeah, I mean, you spec and just hope you hit something stupid. That's pretty much, that's it. You give them to half health. You're like, alright, I'm going to just toss out a spec. Sometimes you kill them, sometimes you don't.
Usually don't, so that's why I don't do that anymore. Now with the Vengeance, you fucking stack Vengeance and just hopefully you get a big hit and they get a little cocky and bring their health a little too low and your Vengeance hits them back. Or I don't know. That's usually how I luck out.
Yeah, the good old Edgeville PKs,
Fun times. But anyways, what did I do this week? So I was on, I had this whole week off, so it's been pretty sweet. We went camping on Monday.
Nice. How's that?
It's pretty good. We went down to Lake Huron, like the southern. It's called the Grand Bend. So we went to that area. It was really nice. But the only problem is it fucking pissed on us for it was nonstop. We got there and it was just starting to get gloomy. Mm-hmm. And I should have fucking known because we had tornado warnings where I live and like near Toronto and stuff like that. It's just like, dang, we don't really get tornadoes.
Yeah, we don't. We're pretty lucky.
Yeah. So just thunderstorms. It was kind of It wasn't too bad. It was what it is. You enjoy it as much as you can, but yeah. Not much to talk about there. Just because, you go for a walk and shit, but it's fine. It was fucking pouring. We're like, fuck, you try not to get too soaked because once your clothes get soaked, it's miserable. Yeah, not much I'm going to talk about with the camping, just because, it was fun. We did it. Lake Huron is awesome. It's really beautiful and stuff like that, but shitty weather, so, I couldn't do a whole lot. Then I came back and decided let's hop back onto RuneScape and play some catch up. And I think last weekend I was talking about how I was just pickpocketing and stuff. I'm trying to find a skill to kind of focus on, something to do that's less grind Slayer till you get money to buy things or to level up your skill, whatever you need to do, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, I had a master clue and I started doing that, and now I need to get 82 herblore, so here we go.
Not worth.
Yeah, I'm at like 63 herblore, and it's so fucking slow to train, and it's so goddamn expensive, and if you've been paying attention, for some reason I keep choosing expensive skills to level up, before this was construction.
Yep.
And I'm basically broke, so I refuse to spend any more money on herblore and stuff like that, on any skills in general. I just want to do it. I'm going to do it Iron Man style. So, yeah, now we're farming.
Nice.
It's pretty good. But, man, I really enjoy farming. I don't know why. It's something about it. It's... Yeah, I
Easy
enjoy
money.
it.
Farming, like herb farming, people don't realize it's stupid. If you have, like, a bunch of Renar patches, like, you can do the basic, like, what is it? Falador... Fuck, I have it written down. Falador, Ardown, Canifis, Catherby. There's a couple places. There's the one in Troll Stronghold, if you've done my Arm's Big Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple, and like those never die or they don't get diseased in my Arm's Big Adventure. But you can make
you have a solid 5, I think.
Yeah, you make like 400k plus per run if you're just doing Renars.
The possibility's definitely there. And like, right now, I don't want to spend money on seeds too much, so I've just been growing whatever I can. Plus, Renars are great money, but it's not the greatest experience. And yes, man, doing farming, you get, like, I'm doing it a couple times a day, just kind of like, oh shit, it's been a couple hours, I haven't done any farming in a little bit, so I'll do a run right now. You get a crazy amount of herbs, man, like...
Oh, yeah.
I'm making bank, and, like, it's cool. Yeah, I'm enjoying it, and then... You can make a fair amount of money with strawberries too, and I don't think people realize that because the seeds are dirt cheap compared to watermelon seeds. Watermelon, you grow watermelon, and like it gets pricey because the seeds are kind of expensive. Mm. They get expensive, and the watermelons don't sell for anything.
Yeah, well, I've always used the watermelons for super compost, and I just make my
own.
That's
what it's good for. But strawberries, I just throw them in a basket.
Yep,
and you can sell them for a fair bit because. They can the baskets heal for a lot.
Yeah. I use strawberry baskets. I'll bring like 6 or 7 when I do Kraken tasks because it's the difference between like 25 kills and like 30 plus.
Yeah.
Like it really
and for
adds.
Like for quests and stuff, let's say you're having to do I think it was Underground Pass where it's all those agility obstacles you need to cut through or whatever, like use.
Yep.
And you end up taking so much damage, and like you're gonna be running to the bank so often, but at least with the baskets, like they help a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did some farming, and then I did some teeth farming, which is a minigame on Zaya. At first, I wanted to get the seed box, which is like it's another container. It's a bag you can put your seeds into, so it saves inventory space.
Yep.
Costs about 250 points. It's a lot of points. And teeth farming is kind of pain in the ass because it's very click intensive.
Yep.
So I did that for a bit, and I got like 50 points, and then I decided there's also an area where you can grow grapes, and it's only on Zaya that you can do this.
Yep.
And they also had an update a while ago where you're able to turn those grapes into Zamorak grapes, which you need those to make wines of Zamorak. So I decided I want to try that because I looked up on the GE on how much Zamorak grapes go for. Normal grapes go for like 200 gold. Zamorak grapes go for like between 4,000 and 8,000.
Damn.
So yeah, but it's a huge margin right there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, here's a little tip. I don't know if it's a good one because I did try it and it seemed all right, but you'll see what the problem is. So yeah, in order to get grape seeds, you either need to buy them from somebody else or originally get them from teeth farming, which it costs like 2 points to get 1 seed or something like that.
Yep.
You can also, if you go upstairs in the same spot, you can buy these things. They're like these scrolls. It's called Zamorak Blessing or something like that. And basically, you can spend your teeth points on that as well. And what they do is, when you're harvesting your grapes, for each Zamorak Blessing you have, it'll turn the grape into a Zamorak grape. So you need to have, and each grapevine will give you like, I think it was like between 5 and 7 grapes, and there's 12 grapevines. So I bought 30 Zamorak blessings, and I got 30 Zamorak grapes, and I tried to sell them, and because I'm thinking, like, if this works, this might be a pretty decent way of making money.
Yeah.
So I threw them all up on the GE. 31 of them, and I placed them at different intervals on for the pricing because, it was between 4,000, but I also saw that they were selling for 8,000 like a couple days ago. But the problem was just nobody was selling them and nobody was buying them.
Yeah.
But I put like half of them at 4,000, basically half at 8,000, and I came back today and all of them sold, and that's kind of good money, I think. Like, I don't know how common people are buying them, especially for 8,000.
Yeah.
But if you're able, you could just go buy grape seeds, go do a bit of teeth farming, spend the points on the blessing scrolls because they only take 1 point and the seeds take 2 points. So you might as well just buy the fucking seeds for like 2,000.
Yeah.
Because with one scroll, you could sell that same grape for 8,000. You're making 6,000 profit.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I was actually surprised, but I hate teeth farming, so I'm not going to grind any more points for a bit. But yeah, I didn't think any of them were going to sell for 8,000. You know, harvesting 7 grapes from 12 grapevines, that's what, 84? Times that by 8,000? 1.6 mil or something? I don't fucking know, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely some decent money if you have farmed a bunch. Like, you could farm a bunch of teeth farming for the experience and whatnot. Have a bunch of points banked and then just like kind of passively make money.
I'm just trying different ways of like making money as I'm playing around, just to see, because like I said, I stuck to Slayer for so long that I'm forgetting a lot of the other ways. That was basically it. I'm still farming, going hard on the farming, and then I'm kind of doing Slayer in between, depending on what my task is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was saying before, I did some PKing, which was fun. I had a lot of, I got a few kills, I died a couple times as well, but it's pretty back and forth. But I know I need to keep practicing Slayer because I still get, like, my adrenaline gets going so hard every time I PK. Every fight.
Really?
It's crazy. Yeah, every fight. I'm like, it's so hard for me to get a spec off because I'm just, like, so hyped up. Like, I'm just...
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Usually, like, if I do a PK session on, like, a pure or something, the first kill will be intense, or the first fight will be intense. And then after that, like, I'm pretty lax, just kind of like thinking, all right, max hits, when do they generally eat? I kind of just like try and play the opponent. I don't really like get too worried or like nervous anymore.
Every time I think the same way though. I'm just like, I think just like you, I'm not going to get nervous, you know. I have enough money that if I die, I have like 4 sets of the same gear that I can just bust out. If I get the kill, I'm probably not going to get that much money, but still, it's a pretty buck.
What's your setup when you go PKing?
My setup, let's see, I got the Neat's helm, Neat's not helm, Berserker torso, Glory amulet, Ring of Recoil, Rune plate legs, Rune boots, Barrow's gloves, Lava cape, Dragon defender, Abyssal tentacle, DDS, and then I bring Vengeance. I think I bring 10 casts of Vengeance.
Okay.
I bring anti-venom potion, super combat potion, and 2 prayer potions, just because since I died and lost my whip because I wasn't protecting item and some guy rushed me, I basically keep protect item at all times. And I always like to keep a prayer potion because you always have those fucking sluts that are going to bust out smite even when you're like,
yeah,
do we have to?
Yeah. Some people try doing some little tricky lures and try and smite you out.
Yeah, they'll pull out smite and you're just like, all right, I guess we're having a smite fight. I don't really want to risk my item, and
yeah,
all right, let's do it. I'm probably going to teleport before you kill me, but
yeah. I mean, I pretty much use the same setup, minus Vengeance and Tentacle Whip. I'll use like a D-Sim. I'll bring a G-Maul with a DDS sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Just cause, you know, sometimes you'll hit a crazy DDS spec and just instantly, alright, I'm gonna G-Maul him. But, I don't know, I really like, my favorite setup is just using pretty much the same setup. You bring an MSB and like a black D-hide top.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I'll bring like a DDS, cause I don't know, I just find it so like satisfying to get you get a good EXP drop and then you stack them with your DDS and you get those 3 like huge hits on them at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I see that a lot.
Definitely my preferred way. It's super nice to do that.
And the problem is, like, if you're going to be bringing some you're going to be ranging a bit. That's when I hate fighting someone who's using smite. I'm not afraid of someone wearing full D-Herok with smite, and that might be silly not to be because it's the big hits that might take you down to 0.
Mm-hmm.
It's the motherfucker that has rune knives and he's smiting because I have to constantly watch my prayer because like you're getting 3, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 3. You know what I mean? You're getting small hits and you're not really, when a D-Herok PK hits a 40 on me, I'm going to instantly look at my prayer and drink a prayer potion. But when I'm getting all these small hits, you're not always thinking to look at it. So then you're having to hyper focus on looking at your prayer, which causes you to look at your prayer the whole fucking time. And oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have to worry too much because I don't risk that much when I'm going in.
I'm telling you, bring an Abyssal Tentacle, you're going to see huge difference. Yeah. I've gotten a bunch of kills just because I hit like a 42 with my Abyssal Whip. Sorry, my Tentacle Whip.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like bringing, I don't know, I like PKing with the D-Sim. I've done like Tentacle Whip like PvP before.
We got to go in the Deep Wild then. That's when the D-Skim's good.
I don't know. I just like having the D-Sim. It just, I don't know. Something about it just brings me back to the old times, and I've always wanted to make like
sweet, man.
I've always wanted to have like a Max Zerker. So like this is like the next best thing, I guess. Is just
fair enough.
Dressing up as a Zerker and fighting,
playing make believe.
Yeah, just pretending I'm at a huge disadvantage, even though I got levels on the guy.
I was holding off my Pure because I was being kind of, again, you might see this as a common thing with me. I was over ambitious and I didn't want to play my Pure because I was making these YouTube videos along with it. Okay, sorry, I made one YouTube video and I was in the middle of making another. And it was just taking a lot of time and I didn't have enough time to finish it. So I was like, I'm going to put my Pure on hold. And when I have time to do these videos, then I'll play my Pure. You started playing it and then I decided, fuck it. So I feel like I really want to train my Pure up, get him to 70 strength, get him to 70 range. And I also want to get range up on my main because I want to be able to PK with range. Mine's only 83. It's fucking pathetic.
Damn.
I just don't care for ranged as much for some reason.
Just get the 96 and stop. Don't worry about 99 range. Get the 96 and 99 range. You have the same max hit.
Okay.
Yeah, with like common PK setups and whatnot. It might be different if you're bringing like max range bonus. There might be like a one or two hit, but 96 is like if you just want max hit. Like people commonly would, rich as fuck people, but if they're gonna cannon for like a maxed range PK or like a Zerker or something or whatever, they'll cannon to 96 range and stop.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna do that, but yeah, I don't know. But anyways, speaking of cannon, where is it?
It's at the Dwarvish Engineer.
Right, yeah, I want to let you know, we had 2 people let us know that, yeah, when you lose your cannon, you're able to get it back from the Dwarf and Barbarian Village. Yep. So thank you to Zach Hicks and Zach Polinsky, the double Zach. So cool, thanks for writing in, guys, and letting us know.
Yeah, I went and bought another cannon, went to do Slayer, and I'm like, message pops up, you gotta talk to the Dwarvish Engineer. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes. Went and Googled it, and it's like, yeah, you just talk to him and you get it back. And it's like, well, I'm an idiot.
I'm a little disappointed. I wish it was lost forever. Someone else had taken it.
I mean, it's 700k that would have.
I just want to laugh at your pain a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind losing 700k to like not be an idiot. It's a good trade-off.
A lesson learned.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to move on to the news?
I think we should. What do you got for us?
All right, so first up is Dead Man Mode. It's a Dead Man Mode conversation to go over, and there's some really cool things that they're doing. So, July 1st, Summer Invitational. It's the first old school exclusive event that hit the United States. And they're really, driven, like if you with these changes, I'll be talking about, it's probably going to be like the best final, in my opinion. It better be. Like they're really setting it up. Everything I complained about, they're kind of addressing this.
They've made a lot of progress in the last 2 tournaments.
Yep. So, some changes that they're doing. Well, we'll go over with the final hour. It'll be in the Barbarian Village. Just like season 2, I think, or 3. Season whatever.
I think it was 2.
The one that on Codeine one was in Barbarian Village. So this one's also in Barbarian Village. And what they're doing is they're keeping the little grid where they had the white dots that they had from the last Invitational, if you've seen it. And, but they're turning it into a 9x9 grid, so that's, it's pretty small.
Small, yeah.
So what they've done, it's going to be in the center of Barbarian Village, and in the picture they show us, there's no mining ores or anything. There's no hole.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just going to be a tiny ass, completely just flat 9x9 area. And the map will shrink, like it did last time. And they think with the way Barbarian Village will be, it still gives clans, okay, we know a clan's coming this way, we can set up on these chokes, because there's like a lot of little, chokes going into Barbarian Village, but, there's still enough that, like, you're not going to be dead if you're there
it's basically
too late.
4 ways. Attack from all angles, right?
Yep. So, yeah. And, I don't know, it's pretty neat. They'll have a timer on the top right screen to indicate whether you're in the area, the safe zone or whatever, or like a little UI with a timer and stuff. And all that good stuff. So, that's pretty neat.
Okay.
Yeah, the winner takes home 20 grand this time, so that's pretty decent.
Damn.
Yeah, it's some good bank. And, yeah, so for season 6, they got some nice changes to combat. So now there's a skull penalty for attacking skulled players. Which,
okay, no, sorry. I'm a little confused. Continue.
So if I'm skulled and you attack me, you'll get skulled for 5 minutes. If you have a skull timer that's under 5 minutes and you attack another skulled player, it'll go to 5 minutes. And if it's over 5 minutes, the time won't change. So it kind of prevents people just, like, clans and people or whatever, just hunting people with skulls. Because...
Do you know what the skull timer is right now?
30
minutes,
changes
right?
Or something, depending on the level, right? Or if you attacked. They've made some changes.
I thought it was like 30 minutes or something.
I know they've changed the skull. I haven't seriously played Deadman mode seasonal, or Deadman mode in general, for a couple seasons, and I know they've made changes to the skull timers beforehand. Or I'm pretty sure they have. I remember talking about it at least. And yeah, so the next thing that they've changed, which is pretty huge, is they're adding grace periods, a 1-minute grace period for reasonable kills. So what a reasonable kill is if you kill someone within 30 combat levels of yourself.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And when you kill this person, you can't be attacked for a minute.
Cool.
Which is huge, yeah. If you're, like, the example they use, if you're level 90 and you kill a 126, you'll receive a grace period. So if you kill someone that's a higher level than you, no matter what, you'll receive a grace period.
It's crazy. Okay, cool.
Yeah. If you attack another player within this minute of grace, obviously the timer is going to be gone. And if you log out, the grace period will be gone.
Cool. Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Protect from Magic protection protection prayer will no longer have the duration of Bind, Snare, and Entangle. So it gives a good, it makes normal magic book or whatever more viable. And so not everyone's going to be running around spamming ancients on each other.
Okay.
It'll give some nice, variety in the PvP content.
So now Protect from Magic is just only going to affect the accuracy at which it would affect you, right?
Yeah, but it will still have the duration for ancient magic stuff. So you get Ice Barraged and you have Protect from Magic, it'll still have it, but not with, Bind, Snare, or Entangle.
Interesting.
Yeah, so...
Cool. Seems fair. I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I want to see what kind of, methods people come up with when they're running around PKing. If they're going to still just use Ancients or swap to Ancient or to normal Magic.
I'm sure in teams it'll be good to have some Ancients, but yeah, you're probably going to see a lot more standard spell books, a lot of fire waves getting shot off this season, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. So they are completely disabling Barrows for all of Season 6.
Ouch.
Yep.
Okay. GG?
Well, because what happens is the few players that play nonstop. I mean, I've had multiple seasons where I've been able to play nonstop. I don't care enough for Deadman mode. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have anyone to play nonstop with, so I get bored. But the people that can play nonstop, usually by like day 2, or day 3, they already have ancient magics and they're already grinding out barrow pieces.
Yeah.
And the second you have like Aram's robe top or something, and like tank, like, Torag or Darok, plate legs and body. Like, you just have such a huge advantage. Like, it's way better than Rune. That it kind of, kind of makes it less fun, especially if you're starting late or you just don't have the dedication or time, or maybe both, to keep on par with these guys that are playing nonstop.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're reducing the pretty much the armor people will be using. So you're gonna see a lot more Mystics, a lot more Rune. Maybe you'll see people trying to grind out that rock shell armor. I don't know. It'll definitely be pretty interesting to see how that affects people.
Do you think they're doing it because they want people to kind of spend more time grinding raids and grinding other things to get the best gear instead of being content with just sticking with Barrows? Because I'm sure a lot of people did that. Because Barrows is pretty easy for how good it is compared to the raids.
You can do Barrows, especially if you're very comfortable with it. Like, if you're comfortable enough with Darok, you don't have to pray or eat. You can kite him around with Ivan Blast or a Trident. And, there's people that are super comfortable with it and they can start it at lower levels. And yeah, getting Barrow's armor is definitely more consistent than going for like Dragon Claws or Kodai armor or, obviously more than Third Age.
Mm-hmm. So interesting.
Yeah,
I don't see any issues with that.
Yeah, they're taking out that kind of, some of the high-end gear, which, I don't know, it'd be super neat. And it's, it is really demoralizing because, the first person to get, like, Aram's robe skirt or something will sell that for a shit ton. And they can mix and match the pieces they're getting, their Varrock pieces or whatever. And it kind of, Barrows was like a really big factor in snowballing.
Yeah, and in Deadman mode, any Barrows piece is good.
Except for the Aram staff.
Better than Torag's hammers, to be honest. But, Aram staff, you could still... Yeah, you're probably not going to use the Aram staff. But every other item, pretty good.
Yeah, you can't be upset with the Torag's piece unless it's the hammers, but...
Yeah, I should say this. It's basically the armor. Like, the weapons are useless if you get them alone.
Yep.
Save for the Carol's bow. But, the armor, all of it's great.
Yeah.
Any of it's great it's in Deadman mode. You know what I mean? You'll be able to benefit from any piece you get from Barrows.
Yeah, especially Deadman mode. But yeah, you're right. Like, in general,
mix and match.
You're definitely going to be wanting, you wanted anything. Like, a Varrock plate skirt would have been amazing to get, Torag pieces, helmets, anything would be amazing because the stats on it are just really nice. And,
like we said, not the hardest thing to get, so cool.
Yeah. So they're taking that out.
Not this time.
I really want to see, I want to see a graph of when people first log into Deadman mode until the last time they've logged onto the seasonal. Like, I want to see, how the retainment rate for Deadman mode. Like, that would be so sweet to see a graph, a comparison for, all the other seasons of this one. Because most people I know played until they die the first time and they quit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, I'll play, I play until I get bored. Sometimes I don't die. Sometimes I die 80 times, right?
Yeah.
When I had done it in the past, I just do it to kind of dick around. And, in the beginning, it is really fun to sit down and plan out your, own strategy and have it completely fail on you.
Oh, it's great.
I love, theory crafting. My amazing idea for my first time was to rush an Ava's accumulator. Mm-hmm. And, that caused me to get PK'd by a dude who rushed Ancient Magics. The guy got Ancients before I could get Avas.
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah, it was fucked because every step of the way I'm getting, Priest in Peril, I'm getting attacked by everything with a heartbeat. This guy's got a bunch of Rune S on him, he's doing Priest in Peril, I'm gonna go fucking kill him. And it was fun to, do that. But, eventually I quit after, a couple days, and a lot of people quit really early on, so I wanna...
Yeah, I do too. I normally quit once because, like I said, I don't have that much time to play. So I'll come home from work and I'll jump on, then I'll notice everyone around me is a higher level. And then I go, nope, not this season. Try next time.
Yeah, so within the first week, after the first week, they're going to just do the 6-hour immunity. They're going to keep doing that. And the quest will be automatically completed after 1 week. And
okay, so same as last season.
Same as last week, yeah. They're going to keep their last season. They're going to keep that, which I think is good. It's good to bring in new players, but it's also scary because clans will just bond another account to go farm lava dragons or something.
Yeah.
Or something that's good to AFK farm for 6 hours and make money. But, can't really stop that. But I do think it's good. But yeah, on the topic of, they're kind of making it, they want people to keep playing, right? Because the numbers die, especially from like, the first week to the second last week, like 90% of the people have quit by now.
Me and you are the players they're talking about. The people who play it for a week. We love the idea about it. We get super excited, play it for 3 days, and we go, I guess the idea of it is cool.
Well, because when I have the time, I don't know, you know what I mean? I don't know, I know the game decently enough, but I don't know it well enough where okay, this is the most optimal way to get ready to PK and start killing people. I know doing Ancients was now I know that's what everyone was doing. But my first time going in, I'm like, range, dude. Range is friggin' sweet. I can go safe spot, green dragons, get prayer, which is what I did eventually. Yeah. But yeah, they just want people to stick around. And so the next thing they're adding is it's titled Death and Gains. So they're discouraging, or they're trying to discourage people from quitting when they die. So they want to encourage them to keep playing. I guess that's probably a better way to put it. Yeah. So unskulled players don't lose experience on death. So if you get PK'd by a random clan while you're doing animal magnetism, you're gonna lose your items, but you're not gonna lose your experience.
Yeah. So that's nice. I like that.
That's huge. I do think that is
that's a huge issue for me. I'll tell you, that's a big factor that gets me to quit too.
See, I always found it was the items that I cared about, not about the experience.
Fair enough. Yeah, me too. It's the items are a big one, but also it's because it's so hard to get items when you have to keep grinding back the same skills.
Yeah, exactly. It's a double whammy.
And if you're playing casually and every person's fucking higher level than you by the second day,
yep,
you're a huge victim.
Yeah.
You get preyed upon.
It's those level 70s that can't kill anyone with Ancients, so they kill a level 20 fishing at Catherine.
They kill every level 20 they see. You know what I mean? The one hit that obviously you just died and lost all your items.
And I mean, that's part of the fun though, right? Killing people. I'd probably do the same.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. People end up quitting because they go, yeah, dog-eat-dog world. I'm the dog that keeps getting eaten, so.
Yeah.
Stay off till next season.
They've also changed the rate of rebuild experience gain. So when you lose experience from a death, so I guess you're skulled and you die, you'll now get 50 times experience until you get back up to where you are.
Nice.
That's a disgusting amount.
That's private server to the max.
Yeah.
I love it.
I could see them reducing it. 50 does seem a lot. It was 10 times before. But, they just want it to be everyone running around fighting shit, I gotta gotta sneak by, do these quests, I gotta sneak over to these monsters, kill them for this item. That's what they want. They don't want, I'm gonna train in a safe zone. That's what everyone was doing in the first couple seasons. I'm gonna just...
That's the most common tip I get when trying to, when I'm a low level talking to a higher level, which I do. Pick a city and stay there. I recommend Artie.
Yep. Or, elk stun, what's it called? The turtles in Tree Gnome Village or the Stronghold or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what people were kind of defaulting to. But, yeah, so also to stabilize or even out the playing field, they're implementing a cumulative cap on combat experience. So there will be a cap of 1 million combat experience per day, and this is shared across all combat stats, which will be attack, strength, average, whatever, defense, range, and magic. And experience rewards from quest completions do not contribute to this cap.
Oh, okay.
So this stacks, this cap does stack if you haven't earned any, combat experience by day 6, you could have 6 million. Let's say you skill for the first week, all that experience you haven't, maxed out on, it'll roll over to the next day.
Yeah, okay. That's sick. I like that. That's
so,
awesome.
Basic example, you earn, 500k strength experience, you'll be able to earn 500k in any of the other combat stats.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, so attack and strength are averaged, which means like, okay, so I guess strength was a bad example, but gaining 400,000 attack experience and 300,000 strength experience would count for 350 experience gained. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So attack and strength are on the same level. They're in the same, like, bracket, I guess, where they, they'll average out, so someone will get, like, they'll get to 60, because they understand people want to get 60 attack and then, like, 99 strength or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you're capped on it,
that would hurt someone a lot more, you know what I mean? Than whatever. So they're going to make it so the numbers kind of average out. Yeah,
that makes sense, because someone decided to go, hey, I want to be a ranger. They're going to be able to raise their range up so much faster just because it's one skill compared to attack and strength you have to worry about.
And you're getting a lot more out of it, right? So imagine 1 mil strength experience, range experience, which is like 70 something. 70.
Yeah, it's around there.
72, 73, I think.
Sure.
As opposed to, 500k attack and 500k, strength, which is like 66 or something. Around 60, 65, 66.
Yeah, because range acts as its own accuracy and strength in one skill.
So it's good that
makes sense.
That they notice this, like, very, as they're talking about it, because it's, hate to say it, but it's kind of a Jagex thing to kind of like, we didn't think about that. You know what I mean?
Whoops.
Yeah, oopsie daisy. We ruined melee and deadman modes. It's good. They recognize that. I guess it's a good fix. I don't really, or a good solution to what the issue would have been.
We will have to see though how it all plays out.
Rebuilding experience rate. So when you get 50 times in, say, that fishing skill, what am I saying? Like defense skill that you had lost, that doesn't contribute to the daily cap.
Oh, okay.
So you lose 1 million experience, you're not, I've already capped out an experience, I can't train these stats, I'm fucked. It's like, no, you can still train them back up to what they were.
Yeah, imagine being level 99 and it'll take you like 3 days to get back to 90.
Yeah,
back to 99 just because of the caps.
Yeah, that'd be really fucking ridiculous. So, back in the theme of get out of a safe zone and actually play the goddamn game, thieving NPCs in safe zones no longer yield loot when pickpocketed.
Okay, this is a little bit too much. That's my only safe line. Motherfuckers.
Well,
okay, no, sorry, let's go. What else we got?
Well, that's the way she goes, bubs. The Castle of the Great Quran is now a safe zone, and Turiel will no longer assign Calphites as a Slayer assignment. So you're a high level, really high level, and you're doing Slayer, and you're going to Turiel, or you have a reason to go to Turiel because he won't give you Calphites because, Calphites is multi.
Right.
But, actually, on the topic of Slayer, do you think that Slayer and Deadman will be a lot safer to do now because of the changes they made, how they gutted Neve's cave and kind of shot it everywhere along the map?
Oh.
You think about that?
I never even thought about that.
Wow,
that's a good factor.
All the Slayer task exclusive zones will now, like, be a Slayer task exclusive zone, so you can kind of have a little more peace of mind. You won't get ragged by a clan. I mean, you really expect 10 people to have a Calphite task while you're doing Calphites or something?
Mm-hmm. Or you don't got to worry about clans camping one area because, you got Greater Demons here, Calphites here, Dust Devils over here.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I love about RuneScape. They do these changes, and then they do the Deadman mode change, and you're like, oh yeah, these are big changes, and then, fuck, that change to that update 2 months ago is really going to affect this one too.
Yeah. And it's funny because if the new Calphite zone is a Slayer task only, so the reason for them changing, Turiel won't give you Calphites is that they know that Calphites is like, for fuck's sakes, I'm a solo player, I don't have a cannon, it's Deadman mode, and I have to bring anti-poisons, and they hit that awkward amount where I don't want to bring full prayer potions or full food, because whatever.
Oh. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, like, in Deadman mode, like, I have an SGS in Guthrin, so it's different, but, like, in Deadman mode, you don't have the luxury of, like, really good health regeneration items and stuff, and so they've made this change just so you have you can opt out of getting Calphites, and you kind of have that more peace of mind, but, like, I don't even know if that would be necessary anymore, because you have to be on task to go in that cave, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Maybe they're scared of people getting caught running there. I don't know, but I guess they're just being safe.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you go there, it's probably like a team hot zone because a solo player goes there. And, oh, for fuck's sakes, there's 3 guys waiting for me, and
I mean,
now I'm dead.
You watch streamers. I've seen Bodhi die at Cal fights in the Neve's Cave Cal fights multiple times during Dead Man mode, and same with other streamers. Like, a lot of people die.
Yep.
Just doing Slayer, but that's Dead Man mode. But it's cool. They're kind of making it a little more convenient for solo players. I think they realize that, okay, Dead Man mode will bring in 100 players for sure. But if they're trying to not Dead Man mode, Clan Man mode, like if they're trying to take out the clans or like reduce the clan impact, cause they're like, oh, Clan Man mode, like clans make Dead Man mode that brings all the population. But I think Jagex goes like, okay, we can either guarantee 100 players or potentially have 1,000 players. Because honestly, a clan of 100 players will affect more than 1,000 players. I'm pretty sure. Especially where I know a guy who had a big group of friends with they don't play RuneScape, right?
Yep.
But Dead Man Mode Season 1, like they used to play old like RuneScape, back in like 2006, 7, 8. And they heard about this Dead Man mode thing, and they all got together, bought a month membership. They're all like completely noobs, right? And he told me like 8 of them went and landed at one person's house for the whole weekend. But like 2 of them ended up dying, and then they quit, and then they all don't really want to play anymore because by the end of the weekend, 3 or 4 of them were kind of fucked. They're out of items and shit. And they're new players, right? But like a clan killing 1 or 2 people kind of caused 8 people to quit. Even though like they're just casual, kind of playing it for fun.
Yeah, it's kind of the nature of the beast. But yeah, you can see they're trying to keep people in. They're trying to make it more fun because, like, I try every season to get into Dead Man mode. Even if I only do it for a day, I still always get into it. And there's been a bunch of seasons or there's been a bunch of times where I even converted. I can't remember if we're even doing the podcast at this point. Maybe we were. So you might have noticed this, but sometimes I change the clan chat to a Dead Man mode, like a little clan chat, and then as I'm playing Dead Man mode, hey, you in a team? You don't play with anybody? Here, join this one. And I just find all the stragglers I can, and you see, and I start off with like 20, and then by day 3, they're all gone. Some of them quit RuneScape entirely. You don't see them logged in at all anymore. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, there's a few people in our Discord that have just completely stopped playing RuneScape after the Dead Man mode, and they only played the Dead Man mode for a couple days. Yeah, they get hyped for it, and
it's fun.
It's awesome. It's a cool idea. I love everything about it.
You're on that first hour, and it's like really fun to run and quickly do stronghold security and buy a staff before everyone in your runes. And the one thing
to meet people, and like when I was doing it before, we were talking. Someone's like, "Hey guys, I'm leveling my fishing up, so I'm gonna get like food and shit. If you guys need food, let me know." You know what I mean? Like, you guys start working together, and I'll tackle this skill, you tackle that skill, so you don't have to grind out every skill.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. I'm gonna do it again this year. I'm definitely gonna try it. So if you guys are listening and you want to try Dead Man mode, or if you hang in on our chat, might change that into a Dead Man mode one. Depends how much time I got and if I get into Dead Man mode this year again. It's like longest was like a week. I got into it before I usually quit myself. But it's a lot of fun, especially when there's tons of people playing as well. Like, it's good. It's a good game mode, especially when you're with a group of friends. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Wild CC. Keep your eye out for it in Dead Man mode. If you're not already in it, come join and
get ready for me to go, hey, there's 3 dudes attacking me in Port Sarum. I'm at the prayer altar. Someone help?
Yeah, I remember that.
Sorry, none of us can help. All right, it's fine. I killed one of them and they ran away 'cause they're all really bad. Hitting me with like Addy swords and shit while I have all my prayers, and good time. A lot of good memories from Dead Man mode. But yeah, it'd be pretty dope to get like a little gaggle of people together.
Yeah, let's do it up. Why not? Maybe I'll make a little channel on the Discord for Dead Man mode specific stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, moving on from Dead Man mode, because, it is that time. The Mining Guild expansion has come out.
It came out.
Yeah, buddy. So, Yep, expanded Falador. We talked about it. The free-to-play area, has 2 adamant and 4 iron. In addition to, all the other ones. And they have 2 shops now. They have an ore and a pickaxe shop. The ore has no stock, which I wonder if, the free-to-play... Because there's a free-to-play Iron Man community, right? I wonder if they're going to, mine and sell ore for money. I don't know if that would be a bad idea. I
can see it. Maybe if you want to power mine iron ore and you don't want to drop it. I don't know.
Maybe make a little GP on the side.
Yeah.
But the members area, it has a bank, a deposit booth, poll booth. I don't know how close the bank is to coal and stuff, because that's kind of the more important ore. But it's in a semi-reasonable. It's a pretty reasonable spot where it is, and
picture looks all right. We'll have to go and check it out ourselves after the show, though.
Yep. So this area now has 8 iron, 20 coal, 10 mithril, 8 addy, and 2 rune. There's
Sweet.
2 passive benefits. So all rocks in the guild have a halved respawn timer compared to other rocks.
It's a biggin.
In addition, there's a +7 invisible boost, just like the woodcutting guild.
Nice.
So I really do like the halved respawn timer, though. That
really one's
like that.
Major.
Yeah. The +7 invisible boost doesn't contribute. You won't be able to mine mithril if you're, if you don't have the level requirement. You have to do a normal boost to actually be able to mine it. So you can't cheese anything. Boost stacks with the other mining boosts and whatnot, your dragon pickaxe and whatnot. So you can get a, +10 boost while mining potentially.
Cool.
So they add the amethyst or the amethyst. They added that mineral. Cool. It's pretty dope. Yeah, 92 mining. We went over the experience rates, but I'll go over them again. 92 mining, you get 22 experience per hour. And 99 mining, you get 26k per hour.
Yeah, which is basically 500 experience more every level you get between 92 and 99.
Yeah. They have the amethyst bolt tips. You need 83 crafting to make them, to make the tips, 76 fletching to actually make the bolts, and you need to have 65 slayer to use them. You gotta keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, because they go into broad bolts.
Yeah. So, the amethyst arrow tips, 85 crafting. We talked about this, but yeah, I'll go over it again. 85 crafting to make the tips, 82 fletching to actually make the arrows. Yeah, you can use them with magic bows. I heard that these arrows, I'll actually look this up real quick so I'm not wrong, but, they're better than rune. So rune arrows have a 49 range strength bonus. And amethyst arrow tips have a 55, so this now brings, you can bring this PKing. That's really nice. The, arrows and the javelins, they can be poisoned.
Cool.
And you can also make the fire arrows if you want, but, whatever.
They don't do shit.
Yeah.
So I wish they did. Can I just say something real quickly?
Yep.
Since you brought that up. You know when you can get diseased during the Zogre flesh-eating quest? But, and if you don't know when you're doing that quest, you'll get diseased, and instead of taking, a damage hit or a poison hit, it's a yellow splat, and you lose a bunch of stats in your skills.
Yeah.
I always thought that was from getting hit from a fire arrow, and I thought it was, taking damage and shit.
Back in the day?
Yeah, I'd remember seeing someone maybe run around, and they'd, be taking the disease hits. Or maybe I saw someone with fire arrows, or maybe I did the quest fire arrows, and I'm like, oh, that guy must have been hit by a fire arrow.
Yeah.
Motherfucker's on fire.
Yeah, I remember, I remember my first time seeing fire arrows and thinking, oh man, that's sweet. You can light people on fire.
These are gonna be so strong.
Yeah. Can you, give me 2 seconds? I just wanna, I'm just trying to double check something before I say this.
Do you want a minute? Can I, run to, actually, never mind, it's cool.
Because I'm just trying to see can you use dragon javelins for a light ballista?
Pretty sure you can't. I think they made the change way back.
Oh, it says you can use both of them.
Dragon with a light ballista, are you sure?
Yeah, it says, unless the wiki's wrong, but yeah.
Oh, Oh, they changed. Sorry, they changed. I was getting mixed up. They changed it so that the light ballista could use the dragon javelin, not.
Yeah, and they nerfed the javelins as well.
Yep. So yeah, you can use the.
All right.
Well,
So
you used to not. Originally, you couldn't.
Okay. So yeah, I'll cut in. I'll cut in right now. I'll continue. So with the amethyst javelin heads, which is the last ranged weapon that uses them, but yeah. So you can make the javelin heads with 87 crafting, and you need 84 fletching to actually make it, like the whole javelin itself.
Cool.
So the javelins provide a range strength bonus of 135, which is more than the rune javelin. It's 11 more than the rune javelin, and it's a bit less than the dragon. It's like 15 or something less than the dragon javelin.
So these are in-betweens.
So it's a nice in-between.
Must have made a mistake last week when I said that they were as strong as rune, because when I looked them up, I thought maybe they tweaked them since, but...
Yeah, they probably... Like, I remember thinking that they were all on par with rune and being like, this is kind of weird. Like, I remember after the episode, I was like, because I was looking at the numbers while we were talking about it, right? Like I have the numbers pulled up in front, so I don't like mess it up when I go over them. And I remember
my thoughts was when you were going to enchant the amethyst ammunition, it would just give you, different perks compared to the rune enchanted bolts and stuff like that.
I mean, I guess they played it safe and they just made them a little bit better, which is pretty neat, because I remember saying like, oh, this is probably for Iron Man, because that would make sense, right? If you're more of a AFK or a skilling based Iron Man, and you don't want to be grinding out like runite bars and stuff to make good stuff. I don't really know. I'm not with it with the higher level, the end game Iron Man content. I thought that this was the alternative to make it a little bit better, but this just kind of seems like they're just kind of that in between rune and dragon. And,
seems like,
I mean, it would have been sweet if you couldn't use dragon javelins, the light ballista, before they like changed all that, would have gained a light ballista.
So originally you couldn't, but.
Yeah. And they ended up going back because, they fiddled with the ballistas and the javelins and stuff because there was a little bit of a power imbalance. Little bit. And, but, yeah, so I guess it's a nice little upgrade. I really want to see how it affects pures and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what's going to be interesting to see.
This is definitely a big buff to like Granite Maul or range-based pures. I mean, especially like in the lower combats, range is always the go-to. It's ranged or toxic staff, fire tome pures. Those like been really good. Obby pures are really good too. But I want to see like 50 to like 70 combat bracket, like PK or fanatics, those pure fans are. I wonder how it like affects it. And
probably huge, I imagine, because Rumour's already good. So
the strength bonus, it probably adds like 1 or 2 to a max hit. Like it's not that major, but
no.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty cool, and it's nice. You can poison them and whatnot. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, we'll move on. So the mining gloves, they've added these now. So they're standard and superior. I think you need 20 for the standard and 50. Yeah. So you need 20 mining to equip the standard ones and 55 mining to equip the superior.
Mm-hmm.
And so these gloves can be purchased using unidentified minerals, which are like the equivalent to golden nuggets in the Motherlode mine. Just,
And if you're wondering why you're getting mining gloves when we already have a prospector's set, I think there's many sets that don't have the gloves included, and I believe is with the pyromancer set when they decided to just include the gloves and they were purely cosmetic. They had no bonuses like any other set part of the armor set did. Excuse me. And yeah, I'm pretty sure prospector's also missing the gloves. Farming set is also missing gloves too. So yeah, here they are.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. I do think it's good that mining gets some love with these. So, I'll go over the gloves and we'll talk about it for a second. But with the level 20 mining gloves, you have a chance for your silver, coal, and gold rocks to instantly respawn after mining it. And then the 55 gives Mithril, Addy, and Rune a chance to instantly respawn when wearing. So, I mean, you'll always be using both of them if you mine a lot. But it's really nice that that's a thing, because you ask 90% of the people, it's like, hey, would you rather fish, mine, or woodcut? Mining's by far gonna be the least popular.
Yep, almost
Like, it's the
always
most
is.
click intensive, and mining is especially the one thing where having two people in the same area really fucks you over.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you could...
More so than others.
Yeah, like, we're fishing, come chill with me, we'll fish in the same node, it is what it is, like, I don't really care, but if you're, like, trying to mine the same node as me, alright, I'll just look for another world, you're a piece of shit,
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Pretty
Like,
much.
god damn it, so, yeah, I don't know, it's nice that they kind of gave this, it makes the grind a little bit better.
Oh, yeah.
I do like how they don't include iron in these, because iron is, the power mining.
Yeah, you don't even need it. It responds within like 5 seconds anyways.
Yeah, so it's nice that they don't include it, because they don't need to. But, yeah, they've, accommodated the skills necklace to, include the motherlode mining, I believe they added. Oh, they they accommodated by putting the mining guild in the motherlode. There's a connecting tunnel. You can use a shortcut to go between them.
Yeah.
And, so very convenient to get to now.
All right. Well, they didn't change. I thought they were going to change it. That's what I was expecting, because we were talking about it before. You can go with the skills necklace, crafting guild, fishing guild, woodcutting guild, cooking guild, motherlode mining.
Mm-hmm.
I might be in the guilds mixed up, but yes, see the pattern.
Yeah, definitely a little inconsistent, but
What else is new?
yeah, Jagex is consistently inconsistent, They're trying to
Just
fix
like
it, though.
this show. Haha.
Yep.
We're perfect.
So, yeah, it's very, very suited. So,
Okay.
In other news, the achievement gallery now contains data for the Inferno.
Can't wait to get there.
When leaving Pyramid Plunder with a full inventory, any plundered Pharaoh Scepters will remain on the ground for longer than 30 seconds.
I had fucking anxiety the whole time I was doing Pyramid Plunder that would happen to me.
Yeah.
Do you know the issue with it?
No.
So with Pyramid Plunder, you're constantly looting urns, and with every urn, you're basically getting a little statue or some little artifact that they're worth a different variation in gold. There's like 7 different types. Most of them are worth basically nothing. Some of them can be worth a decent amount if you collect them. So what's really annoying is that you're going through like 100 of them as you're going through Pyramid Plunder, so your inventory is going to be full. You're not going to drop them every time because it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
They automatically go on the floor once you do it. But anyways, if you automatically loot and you have a 1 in 1,000 chance of getting the Pharaoh Scepter, which is worth 6 million gold, which is a lot. So if you get that, you automatically get teleported out of the Pyramid Plunder, and if your inventory is full, which it most likely is, it'll drop on the ground. And on the wiki, it says you have 15 seconds to pick it up before it disappears.
Oh, God.
And it's not, you're just like, wait, 15 seconds to pick it up before someone else can pick it up? Or before it's gone from the game? Because that's, what? That's, man.
Be a little more flexible.
Yeah, I get distracted for like half an hour sometimes, let alone 5 fucking minutes, or 15 fucking
Last
seconds.
week I got distracted for 3 hours.
Yeah, so there's that.
It'll
So,
happen.
I just wanted to
from
bring
time
that
to
up.
time. Yeah, so
Yeah, I
it's
want to
nice.
bring that up, how silly that is.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if it was just, hey, it's like as if the item just dropped, you have the same timer, but
2 minutes, yeah.
yep. I don't know. Maybe they'll change it one day. Who knows? But at least
Village did. It says it will remain on the ground longer for 30 seconds, so you should at least notice by then. Because if you're getting teleported out of the pyramid before the timer's up, which you probably would notice it because you're getting kicked out early, you kind of get this method. You can get going, but yeah, you shouldn't notice you're getting teleported out of the Pyramid Plunder, and then at that moment you should be like, "Oh shit!
Yep.
Hit the jackpot!"
So yeah, I don't know. That's pretty nice. The color of the Holy Blessing has now been changed to match the Holy Book,
All right, there it is.
which is nice because I have a Holy Blessing and I use it, and the color didn't really match up, and it kind of bugged me. But yeah, so the colon display FPS display will now appear lower on the screen. It used to like overlap the experience bar.
True.
Thingy, little
Okay,
total
cool.
thingy.
Sure, why not?
They removed the Pride event. That's done for.
The protesters won.
Yep. After a week, after the event's over, they finally win.
Still going strong.
Yep. So, yeah, there's some bug fixes. There's some scenery that, that was, they call them dead clicks. So just, I guess, areas that the game wouldn't register where you'd click. They fixed
clicked
that.
it and it instantly killed you.
Mm-hmm. Jalzek will now is now able to perform its attack animation correctly while it takes damage. I know people complained about that a bit.
Okay.
It would kind of bug out when it took damage. The achievement diary, it now correctly reads equip the fire cape or infernal cape in the Tazar city.
Okay.
They changed some dialogue. Yeah, changed some clipping issues with female characters and all this stuff.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. They changed some stuff.
Things that you won't notice got changed.
Yeah, exactly. So,
cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the news.
Fun stuff. There's the news right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool. Can't wait for some Deadman mode. As usual, we'll keep our eyes out for that and let you guys know what's coming up. And yeah, cool. Yeah, those are all pretty cool. To be honest, I might not be mining in that guild anytime soon because that's not enough to pull me over to loving that skill.
I just want to wait for mining, Todd, and I want to see how that is going to work in terms of loot and experience and all that jazz.
Fair enough.
I'm sitting at like 76 mining right now, almost 77. I'm just going to kind of wait for that. And
right on.
Yeah.
I like it. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll do the same thing. That's where I'll get my mining experience from. All right, that being said, before we move on, I did want to mention, because I kind of saw this, and it kind of got me excited a bit, too, because, like, I saw some of the Jagex mods on Reddit were talking about starting their own podcast.
Yep.
You saw that?
Yep.
I know they were just discussing it, and I don't know if anything's going to come to light with that, but straight up, like, I was surprised that there wasn't, like, a pod, like, you know what I mean? That's kind of what got me started, was I was looking for a podcast for RuneScape, and I was having trouble finding any, so then the Wilderness podcast was born.
Yeah, so we're dead.
Yeah,
Dead in
so
the
we're
water.
closing it. They're actually taking it, so Mod Kieran's going to be hosting the Wilderness podcast next week, and Mod Ash, I think he's co-hosting, so yeah thanks for listening, guys. It's been a great run. We almost made it to 40.
Oh, isn't it 40 now, or is it episode 39?
We're at 39. We didn't quite make it. They're gonna start it. But anyways, yeah, that'll be great. Definitely, keep your eyes and ears out for that, because it could be good. Or actually, no, fuck them. Just listen to our show. We'll tell you it. Don't listen to that one.
Actually, we take everything back. I'm just gonna edit this whole. There's no such thing as a Jagex run podcast in the works.
Yep.
I mean, well, they just discussed it. I mean, I don't know if they'll actually get around to doing it.
Because they do a lot with the Q&As and stuff like that, but
that's kind of like their podcast, I guess. And I do
it could turn into be a side project for somebody, right?
Yeah, and I mean, like there are people that are like, I've seen like, hey, I'm looking for a podcast, and the most common thing is just download the Q&As and put them in audio, like MP3 form, and just listen to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyways, I just I want to bring that because I saw that, and I was like, oh, cool. Yep. That's kind of cool. Yeah, so we'll let you guys know, and any news on that as well. That being said, let's bring it on to our question of the week.
Yeah, boy.
I'm working on getting like soundboard and stuff for the show and whatnot.
Quick question of the week. That type of stuff.
But anyways, let's move on to the question of the week. Last week, the question was, if you had a level 3 account, So last week's question was, if you were given a level 3 account, a brand new account, and you were able to pick one skill to have to level 99, what skill would that be? We just got an answer from, Para on our Discord channel. He says, probably fletching for quick cash to get other skills rolling, magic because it's so expensive, is slow to train, or prayer because it's expensive and but incredibly useful training, all the rest. Makes sense. Then St. Paul says, I would definitely choose runecrafting, most time-consuming skill to train, and would literally save you hundreds of hours. Also, most profitable skill at the level with 2 times death runes and 2 times nature runes. So getting cash started wouldn't be a problem either. So then, and then Paris says, oh, that's a good one. I changed mine to runecrafting too. So 2 for runecrafting. Solid answers. That makes sense though.
Yeah.
When I was deciding what skill to tackle, I was like, maybe I'll do some rune crafting because it's my lowest skill. I got a bunch of, pure rune essence. Yeah, why not? I did a couple runs and I was like, fuck this. I only made like 500 experience. We need rune crafting, Todd.
What we need, or what you need to do, is with all the shows and movies I suggest, just fucking watch them while you do rune crafting.
Yo, guess what movie we finished last weekend?
What movie?
Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Nice.
Not bad, eh?
Yeah, decent. You gonna finish the trilogy and whatnot?
Nah, we're gonna keep it the second one. We like it. We like to leave it at a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Rewatch the fight scenes.
Yeah, just so we can watch the fights, and allows us to kind of interpret the ending for ourselves. You know what I mean? We can kind of how we can end it how we want it to end.
Yeah, Gimli and Legolas fall in love.
I actually made it so Frodo gives the ring to his girlfriend and proposes to her, and they get happily married and live happily ever after. Jesus Christ.
Good ending.
Yeah, and anyways, irrelevant. But the question of the week this week: if there is one reason in RuneScape you get banned, what would it be?
For me?
Yeah, like all time playing. You know what I mean? Were you a shit talker growing up? You know what I mean?
Wait, are you talking about like if I've ever been banned? What was it, or if I'm going to be banned?
If there was a reason you were to be banned in your whole RuneScape career, what would it be?
Well, I've already been banned before.
Well,
talk about that? You want me to talk about that? Or what do you mean? So back in 2003, 2004, I had an account. I was a little kid, and somebody sent me a message, and they said, "Hello, I won't say my whole name, but the name Weenie was in the name." It was my name was like a penis. It was about a penis. I thought it was funny. Okay, I'm 8. Give me a break. My name was like Weenie something. But don't worry about what my name, the whole name was. Don't worry about that. And this guy's like, "Hello, Weenie. I'm a Jagex moderator, and I've noticed that someone's been hacking your account. I'm gonna need your password." And I was like, "No, that's stupid. You're not a Jagex moderator." Reported him. But that gave me the idea. Oh my god, I can just send these messages to people. I can get free accounts. So I would sit in Barbarian Village, and I would say, "Hello, my name is Weenie, and I'm a this guy's name is Weenie Blank.
Yeah.
My name is Weenie Blank. I'm a Jagex moderator, and I I gotta look into your account. I need your password to correctly look into it. I want to make sure it's safe." Didn't work out. I messaged like 50 people. Ended up getting permabanned. And this is the account actually I play on still. And it ends up getting unpermabanned after I send an appeal long time afterwards. They unbanned it, and then they cleared all black marks because good behavior. I'm reformed.
Yep. Okay.
But
That's good. You got rehabilitated.
Yeah.
That's great to hear. You know what? We should just have this segment for this episode. Confess your sins. Confess your RuneScape sins.
That's probably my biggest sin. Okay, you want to hear something else? Okay. I remember this. So I'm in Lumbridge, right? I'm shredding. This is before Weenie because my first account, Deco7, vanished when I changed the name, the password like 8 times in a day. The account vanished from the went into the abyss, and I could never find it.
Never found it.
And so I made this Weenie account, and I'm like in Lumbridge. I'm a super low level.
Wait, I just want to say I love how you like de-mature as you make your account. Deco7. It's kind of like, oh, okay, that's.
Well, because I made Weenie with my friend. Me and my buddy used to always jam RS together way, way back in the day. Yeah. And we made it giggling at the name. Like, the name's Weenie. Like, we were just being little kids thinking it was funny, and we just made the account as a joke.
My name's Nipples. Oh my god.
Yeah, and but we literally made the name trying to make it as stupid as possible, right? Like, stupid as in funny for us, but it's stupid as stupid as possible.
Okay,
and,
gotcha.
That was the purpose of the account. And then when my first account, Deco, I was a Bond head back in the day. Hopefully someone gets that reference, but it was a Bond head back in the day. Account gets lost. Play Weenie. I'm still pissed I lost Deco7. And I have nothing. I have an axe and 30K, and that's it. That's all I have on the account. broke as hell. I was like cutting willows and selling it. And this dude comes up to me and he's like, "Hey man, you want to buy an account?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, what is it?" He's
Of
like,
course I do. Are you even asking?
He's like, "It's a pure account. It's a pure." I'm like, "Oh, what level is it?" He's like, "Look
the purest of accounts, man. It's pure account right here."
He's like, "Look up his stats." This is his name. I look up his stats and it's like 40 attack, 40 strength, and like 20 range, right? 1 defense, 1 prayer. And I was like, "Oh my god." Because you had a friend that his main account was a pure. And I remember always wanted to play his account because I thought pures were sweet. Even if I'd go on that dude's account. I remember he'd let me on it, your friend. And his account was pinned, but I'd use it I would just kill Chaos Druids and just make him. I probably made the guy hundreds of K. Because I just thought it was sweet to play a high level pure. And I was like, oh my god, this is my chance. I'm going to get a sweet ass pure account. I'm going to shred. I'm going to become the best PK in the world. I'm going to be Kids Range 2.0. It's going to be sweet. I'm like, yeah. And I like PM him. And I'm like, dude, I'll buy that account. And he's like, all right. And he's like, 40K. And I'm like, dude, I only have 23K. I had like 30K, but or something. You know what I mean? I'm like, I only got 23K.
Sure.
Let me buy that account. And I'm thinking the whole time, he's probably going to scam me, but what if? But what if he doesn't scam me? The dude had a yo-yo and shit on his account, and I didn't have a yo-yo and weenie bone. I had one on Deco and stuff. So I'm like, oh my god, this can be Deco. This is like 2.0. And he's like, I'll give it to you for like 25K. And I'm like, all right, let me move some stuff around. You know, I'll buy this account off you for 25K. Keep in mind, like that for a young kid like me, I'm like, fuck, this is like a good account. Like I thought this was a good pure account.
Sure. Cause
it's got 2 level 40 stats. Oh my god. You know?
Yep. It's Rune.
Trade the guy, I open up, past the password change thing, have the dude's name typed out, ready to type in that password and quickly change the password. Give him the 25K, PMs me the password. It fucking works. I change it, change all the recovery questions, change all the info on it. I get this account. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Go on the account, play it for like 2 days, accidentally get it like 5 defense levels. Don't ask how. I don't even know how I accidentally kept getting it defense levels. And then eventually I just kept dying in the wilderness and shit and losing everything because the count was shit. And they the count was like completely clean. You know what I mean? Like I was, whatever. So I kind of like just forgot about the account. And then like 2 weeks later, I get a message from this guy. I still had him added. And he's like, man, I need that account back. I really need that account back. My brother's really mad. It was his pure account. He needs that account back. And I was like, well, I'm not. Sorry, dude. Gave it away for 100K, smiley face.
Yeah.
The dude logged off. He just fucking logged off.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I like the way you broke that down, though. It sounded like you're dealing drugs. He's like, yo, this account's pure. You're like, motherfucker, this account's cut with defense.
I mean, I got a defense levels, right? I fucked it up.
Yeah,
but and I was also just bad at PKing and shit, but...
There it is. Oh, there it is. What are you, fucking account trafficking? Damn, that's a huge offense, man.
Yeah, dude. That's my sin. I mean, I could have just given the account back and been like, sorry, I got a defense. But like, I just thought as a principle, cause he didn't, like, he was not going to give me money for it. He just won the account back. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And I've tried to remember. I've sat down trying to remember that the character's name was. Cause I remember the password. I know what the password was cause I used that same password for a long, long time. I'll never forget that password. Obviously, I don't use it anymore. I'm probably never going to remember though. But, yeah, I mean, it was a good little memory of how I just was like, fuck you, it's my account. I never played it. You know what I mean?
Life on RuneScape.
I never played that account again. Cool. But, to the question, I guess, if I was ever to get banned, what would it be?
I think you just answered it like twice.
Well, like if I were to get banned, like as of right now, it would probably be for like offensive language, maybe.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be now because, like, I'm not gonna admit to botting to you guys. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
man, I'd be so depressed if I bought on my account. That'd be the most pathetic account ever. It's like it's a bad account. Anyways, myself though. Cause I was thinking back, like, I got scammed so many times. I used to account share like a motherfucker with anyone I met. I was like, yeah, yo, my account's just a public account. Anyone can play it on my friends list. But like, I didn't really do anything bad with it. It's more on the lines of me just getting fucked over nonstop.
Yeah.
But when after the 2007, like once the PKing got removed and I quit, I gave away my main account. I used to have like 20 different pures. I had my one main pure that I had, which is this count, and then I had this. I think it was a skiller, to be honest, because I have a level 3 skiller too. But honestly, it was like 2010, and I don't even remember how I got into it. I started playing RuneScape again, and I remember it was when the bots were at the peak. I remember trying to do Slayer, and every single fucking person was wearing a Dragon Medium helmet, Granite Shield, Granite Top, Dragon Legs, I think, and a D-Long. Every fucking person. And they'd just be botting in Slayer, and they had that on there because it was really cheap. So if they died, it wasn't a big deal, and had very high defense. So like, this is bullshit. And I don't remember how I did it, but I started botting on my account too. I fucking, not anything intense. I just remember being at my friend's house with my laptop and having my account doing Rune Essence, like mining Rune Essence. I wasn't botting consistently, but I think I wanted to try it because I was huge into RuneScape, and then I quit, and then like it was unimaginable for me to have ever bought it on my account before because I just really, really didn't want my account to get banned.
Mm-hmm.
But then for whatever reason, I remember logging back on, and I had like a couple mil worth of Rune Essence, and I was like, holy shit. Just sold it. And then I'm sure that account got banned. I can't even remember what account that was on, but yeah. I don't remember ever doing much with it. I just remember doing it and being like, wow, look at all this free shit that I'm getting. But once I started doing it, I stopped caring about how much money I was actually getting. It turned into like a clicker, a mobile clicker game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's basically Cookie Clicker, if you ever played that game.
Yeah, I know what game you're talking about.
But yeah, confess your sins to us this week. I want to hear some of the shit you guys have been up to in the past. And yeah. So I just thought of that at the beginning of the episode. I thought it'd be a fun question, so we'll see how that turns out.
To confess your sins?
To confess your sins.
Yeah, buddy.
And you might be wondering, what?
Well, I mean, in general, like if someone tries to like crash my world and he starts shit talking me, like as of today, I mean, I'll shit talk back. I ain't no bitch. Sure. I got some one-liners I'll throw at him.
Oh, hell yeah, is what we do.
Yeah, I'll look up his total and make fun of his rune crafting level.
Oh,
even
hell
if it's
yeah.
the same as mine. No, not really. But like, if someone's gonna be a dick, I'll be a dick back to them. That's how it is. It's fun to, shit talk a little bit. It's fun when someone tries crashing my Kraken and I like just totally take it, I don't let him steal it. And then I'm like, oh, nice try, dude. You wanna hang out a bit longer? Help me out? Just be a little bit of a bitch.
It should be its own skill itself. It should be its own combat skill.
Yep.
But yeah, that being said, send us your answers to any of the following. Twitter, you can find us at The Wilderness RS. Facebook is facebook.com/thewildernesspodcast. To email us, just email thewildernesspodcast@gmail.com. And our clan chat is wildcc. Yeah, and like I say every show, if you're interested in joining our Discord, let us know and we'll get a link out to you. We got a bunch of fine folks hanging out here right now. And I also have a channel you guys can leave your answers or anything you guys want to, whatever, for the show. There's a channel on Discord to talk about that, just to make it a little bit easier. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Doing anything next week?
I got some things planned, but I don't know. I'll probably be like just wood cutting or something. I kind of defaulted to wood cutting this week a little bit because of my issues connected. I'm like, I don't know. I got to figure out what's going on. I'm almost 91 wood cutting.
I'm going to hop on the farm train some more. Probably give up on Herblore. Probably tomorrow I'll give up on it.
Yeah, I think I looked it up for myself. So for me to go from like 63 to 78, you want to buy all the herbs and shit. I didn't even look up like lava scales doing like fast leveling. Definitely not the most cost effective way, but you needed like 20 mil or something just for the herbs. A lot. 20 mil investment. I mean, you're going to get some of the money back.
Some of it, but not a lot of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to lose a lot of money if you're having to buy it.
You're going to lose like a mil or two in the process.
So this is why I am farming and doing a little bit of Slayer in between. And the farming seems to be working out all right. It's still pretty slow, but at the end of the day, I have like fucking over 100 different herbs.
Dude, you're at 63, just buy Quorum seeds. They're like 1k or something. Each herb is 2k, and you need Quorums for super strengths.
Oh, yeah.
And
I have a ton of seeds I'm just blasting through.
Yeah.
Waste all those up and get a bunch of freebies before I start spending money.
Yeah.
Cool. Should we get on out of here?
Yeah, I think so.
Okie dokie, I'm gonna go back to farming then. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, have a good one.
Alright guys, till next week. Bye-bye.
Peace.
I don't know why I said that so weird. I'm off my game this episode.